Yes. So first, it is to acknowledge that this type of risk exists, and the second is to develop principles and methods to meet this risk. And one very simple way of dealing with this type of risk is to have looking into sort of special measures to meet unknown knowns. And in my example with the exam, I actually implemented some measure. I have this colleague checking my exam. I could have some belief that everything is okay, but this person could then hopefully identify the problem. In this case, it didn't work, but it could work in other cases, absolutely. And it has been working in other cases. Another example is linked to this kind of efforts we're doing to challenge the events that you are saying have a probability that is so small we can ignore it, we don't believe the event will occur. And in my particular case, I was actually thinking like that. There's no problem here. The probability is so small we can ignore it. And one particular sort of concern in relation to this is that are we able to, or have we been able to read the signals? Because the probabilities are depending on the current knowledge we have. But what about the signals that are out there? In my example with the exam, I have to admit that I got a signal some days before the exam. Some sort of complacency. After so many years, everything works fine. There's no problem here. So maybe that was giving me some sort of feeling that everything was okay, not need to be that sharp as I have been normally, because everything, this kind of idea that is okay. Complacency, dangerous. Now, if I've been sort of taking that into account, the probability should not be said to be small. I mean, that small. It's really not that small because there are these kind of signals. So I should have changed reconsidered my judgments because of this signal. Okay, so this is about how we should think in relation to risk and how knowledge is linked to the concept of risk. This affects the way we are doing risk assessment and also the risk management. I haven't gone so much into details about risk assessment and risk management, but just indicated some few issues because this is really a little outside the scope of this presentation. Here are some links for some videos and webinar, and also some other videos about the topic that you can look into. Thank you.